Hello, everybody. Welcome to
LHiV with Thunder and Phalcon. What's going on? This is Thunder.
And that's Phalcon.
So we want to talk about after the diagnosis.
How now shall you live?
How now shall you live?
Yes.
Well, you know, when I first found out, I didn't know how I was going to live. Now, you know what? I know. I thought I was going to live. I thought it would be horrible. I thought I nobody. Yeah. I thought nobody want me. I thought it was over. I cried for a minute. Mm-hmm. But, you know, after diagnosis, I don't think the best thing that happened after my diagnosis, I'm going somewhere, but when I called my best friend and he was just like, oh, okay, so, you know, how was your day?
Right.
And like, he threw me off with it because I'm like, you know, I just told you I got HIV, so why aren't you not snapping out?
Right.
I think that was the best thing because he really calmed me down. If someone ever tells you that they're HIV positive, please don't, try not to. I know everyone's not going to, but try not to wild out and cry, and it just makes the situation worse.
That's one of the things that I want to start off by saying is, if you do find out that you are HIV positive, the first thing you should do is seek counseling. I know for me, I need to go to counseling. I don't know about you, but like through that year, I prepared for death because I was diagnosed 16 years ago.
For death?
I think because the one thing that I did, I told my family that I was HIV positive, and if something happened within a year, I would have died from AIDS. And I think for me, that was a mental preparation instead of like really preparing. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't do no life insurance and like you ain't get a plot or nothing, did you?
Oh no.
Bitch, come on, bitch. You got a hold down at the grave.
No. It was just for me. It was mentally preparing for death. Like I know I'm about to go through this transition because all I knew at the time that HIV ended in AIDS and then you die. I didn't know about living. So one of the things that I ask people to do is to seek counseling, and not only that, tell someone that you know that's really close to you. Like you said, your best friend said, well, you know, what's going on? My mother was there when I found out, so I had someone there.
Wow.
You know, so
I don't even know how I've been different. I had somebody there. I don't know. But yeah, my best friend Aaron Richardson, I'm glad he reacted the way he did, and that made a hell of a difference.
Good job, Aaron. I appreciate it. And I thank my mother, who is no longer here with us. I thank you for being, that wonderful lady to say it's okay and you're going to live. It's all right. So, that was a really good thing. And the next thing, you got another thing? I think something else that you should do is get your numbers. And a lot of people don't understand when I say get your numbers, your T-cell count and your viral load. And then some people say, well, what is a T-cell count? What is a viral load? I'll start off with the viral load. HIV viral loads, I realized, it's reported as the number of HIV copies, which is in the milliliters of blood. So it's however many copies of a infection or HIV infection is in milliliters of your blood. So if the viral load measurement is high, it generally indicates that the HIV is present and it's replicating. So a low viral load is usually between 40 and 500 copies per milliliters. And that right there, depending on the type of sensitivity of the test that is used. This result indicates that HIV is not actively reproducing and that the risk of the disease progression is at a low risk. An undetectable viral load is in someone who has diagnosis of HIV does not mean that the person is cured. It only means that the level of HIV is currently below the threshold needed for detection.
Yeah, and that can happen through medication.
That can happen through medication. If you take your medication, then you can get a low threshold or you can get low viral load. Right. But those who don't take their medication, you'll have a high viral load, and that's between 5,000 to 10,000 copies per milliliters of blood. So that's a lot, So I ask people, when you first find out after the diagnosis, please get your numbers. Find out what viral load means. Find out what T-cell count. And anytime there's a T-cell count, I also look that up so I can make sure I educate the girls.
Come on.
A normal T-cell count for just, regular people in America is between 500 to 1,500 cells. Now, for those who have AIDS, your T-cell counts usually are below 200, people who have AIDS. The immune system is severely weakened, and the HIV positive person is much greater risk of opportunistic infections, and this is classified as AIDS. Now, when you get to...
where are you getting that information from?
I got all this information from AIDS.about.com.
There you go.
So you just Google all this information. What is CD for? What is viral load? And it will give you the information.
You ever check WebMD? You can find out all that information too of what to do. Because a lot of people do that home HIV test now.
Yes.
So again, we learned that there is an 800 number that is in there. If you ever find out you're positive, there is an 800 number. But
after you find out the diagnosis, you have to go to a doctor and find out your numbers. Yes. You have to go to a physician or somewhere.
Get a second result.
And if you find out that your T cells are in between 200 and 500, in the U.S., treatment is strongly recommended when your T cells are under 500, but can be initiated at CD4 counts over 500. So always check your count, and that will help you live after the diagnosis.
Yes. And after the diagnosis, hit us up.
Yes.
If you're in trouble, if you're having trouble coping with this, if you don't know what to do.
Or if you know someone.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who hit us up, well, I know hit me up, that say, I have no one to talk to, and I was so happy to see your page, and now I have someone to talk to. If you are a person out here and you don't have no one to talk to, please hit us up on Facebook.
Please.
Thunder Kellie, Phalcon62 on Facebook. Instagram, Phalcon, the number 62, and Thunder Kellie on.
Kellie. I'm Thunder Kellie everywhere.
Yeah, I had to do 62. You know, I want to be gay. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Shit.
Silly.
Anyway, I can't change. I don't think I can change it. Anyway.
We're happy being gay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys, for your support and continue to do the whole button movement, and I appreciate all the support for the LHiV movement. Yeah. After the diagnosis, you shall live.
And do not let stigma, don't let that fear cause you not to go get tested and not go find out your result, get treatment. Don't let that stop you.
I have to tell this story.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll
Come on.
end it off like this.
Come on.
I had this guy who sings gospel. Okay. He's kind of known for singing gospel. He inboxed me on Facebook and he said, hey, what does wasting mean? And I said, well, wasting is when you really can't hold anything if you're HIV positive or you're in the AIDS. If you're below 200 and you have high viral load, then, you may start wasting. That means you can't keep food on you. You have diarrhea uncontrollably. And so he said, well, I believe I've been doing it and I've actually lost, a considerable amount of weight.
Wow.
And I said, well, you need to hang up and go to the doctor.
That's right, hang up.
Yeah. He inboxed me first and then we called each other. So that's when I said he needs to hang up and go to a doctor. And he said, well, I can't because I'm on the road for the next few days and I can't make it to a doctor and I have things I need to do. I was totally taken aback because he was fearful of what people may say. And only thing I say to that is, don't make HIV look bad. Because the only way you'll die from HIV is if you don't take care of yourself. Yeah. Then you will develop AIDS. So don't make HIV what we do, LHiV, teach people how to live. Don't make it look bad by living in the stigma of saying, no, I don't want to go because I don't want everybody to know. That is one of our biggest issues is we will rather die from AIDS than to live with HIV.
Get it all the time.
And I want you guys to know, after the diagnosis, you shall live.
You can live.
You gotta live.
I promise you. Me and Thunder are not the only people out here living. I promise you, there's a number of people that hit us up and really open about it, and they are living.
Who are very well known people who are living, and they're scared to come out because of stigma. We have to fight against it and educate the world that you can live. And until there's a cure for HIV and AIDS,
we have to learn how to live.
We have to learn how to live, people. Okay. Thank you guys for this moment. And I'm sorry, this is really good. This felt good. I feel so good getting it out.
You were waiting to get this out.
Yes, I love you guys. After the diagnosis, you shall live. Bye.